comrade subscribers. Yeah, it's about time I got back on this. Mark, who's been the driving force behind the 1G, popped in on the way home the other day, and we had a chat about it, and he showed me his TEC-1G, all the whiz-bang bits and pieces they've got on it for it now. And I thought, yeah, I really need to get this finished. So this is the original board he sent me. Unfortunately, it didn't work. That's because of me. Probably some sloppy soldering and some bits and pieces that I probably shouldn't have done. Mark assures me that the board is rock solid pretty much. So this is a beta board, but this one's rock solid, and the current board also is rock solid. So, you know, you build it, it'll work. So, but he sent me some goodies. So this is my original 1G, and I've got other bits and pieces in here. That's the 1D I started building, and this is the original case that was recommended from Spain, I think. But anyway, what's in here? I think that's the GLCD board. Okay, right. Anyway, I'll take that out. So I am going to get stuck into this again. Put that aside. Let's see what he sent me. Okay. Alright, I think that's an FTDI, I think. Cool. Keycaps for I think that's for the fully sick keyboard. Ah, good, he sent me. Yeah, because I know there was when I was talking to him, there was some issues with the LED, the 7 segments, because, you know, they can either be common cathode or common anode. So I think there was some issues, but he's managed to sort all that out. Same with the LED bar graph there. He's got all that sorted out. Okay. Excellent, excellent. This makes it all much easier to build. I think this is the 4x20, or is it? Yeah, 4x20 LCD, and the GLCD kit as well. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I think this is a slightly newer one. It's not the beta board, slightly newer. And fully sick LEDs. Oh, cool. Okay, full set of LEDs as well. So I should have everything to build it all up and get it working. So yeah. So again, thanks to Mark for helping me out with this. I was saying he's got all the details on the GitHub. All the details are in the video description, links and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you can go to the GitHub to download the Gerber files if you want to, you know, do your own board and stuff like that. But I think Mark said he also does have kits available. Because one of the issues because of the original design is the 74923, which is an obsolete part. That's for the keyboard decoding, but he's working on a kind of a separate keyboard, you know, basically a matrix keyboard, so we don't need to use that anymore. So I think that's the TEC-1GX, I think he's going to call it. So yeah, so basically I'm going to, because everything's socketed, I am going to recover pretty much as I can from this board here and move it across to here, and get it built up and see how we go. So I'm not going to do a time lapse or anything like that. So cool. Got everyone's signatures on the back. That's excellent. So that's the TEC-1G by Mark, signature edition, and then he's got the GitHub link down there. Okay, version 1.4 board. All right. Sorry. Let's get started. quick intermission. So just about done, I think. So unfortunately I did a bulk order of IC sockets and I accidentally ordered the 7mm rather than the 15mm wide for the 28 pin, so I just need to pop out and get some of those. Don't know, should I just stick in a normal socket here, or should I, because this is where the ROM goes, so Mark's obviously got it so that you can easily replace it. Or should I just use a normal socket? I don't know, I'll have to I'll think about it anyway. Just a few things I'm not sure of. A few of these headers I'm not sure whether I should populate or whether I need to do anything at the moment. I think the RGB LED, so I think this is the power LED. I need to have a look at that. I took a guess which way. So I've got the flat side to the top. I think Mark's put in an RGB. Well, he'll no doubt correct me, because he's got a battery. You can actually get this a battery pack for this now, so that it'll run on batteries. So maybe one color for DC, or both DC. I know, one power for mains, if you know what I mean, and one color. Get the words out, Brett. One color for battery, perhaps. Otherwise, this is all pretty much. So I'm not going to worry about putting anything in these ones until I actually have something in there, so that way I don't mess up putting in the wrong type of pin header or pin socket or whatever. I'm not sure about that there, so I need to have a look at that. So it says 10 nano, but then it's got something microfarad, so you know, it's obviously an electrolytic, so I need to double check that. Ground probe, okay, maybe, okay, if you're using an oscilloscope for testing, perhaps. So I think this is where Mark had his RGB 8x8 matrix, LED matrix. So I'm going to leave that for now. I don't need to worry about these LEDs because they're taken care of by the 10 bar LED. And I wasn't sure because I couldn't see any indication on this either what its polarity was, but I saw a photo that Mark sent of his, and I could see that the text was on the bottom facing down, so that's how I've mounted that. Okay, all the keypad key switches are in there. I'm just going to hopefully, so I think these are XDA profile, I prefer those. I'm just going to hand write. I think that one's going to be reset, so I'm just going to hand write on it. And then obviously I just need to put strappings on these various things there, and hopefully, well, once I do the text LCD, I think I should just need to do it like that and put some standoffs down there. We'll be right to, and obviously I need to put all the chips in, we'll be right to give it a test, and then we have to read the documentation to see how to load stuff via the serial. But yeah, pretty it's not been too bad a build actually. Hopefully I think I'm a lot wiser now building it. So yeah, anyway, so I need to pop out, get some of those, and then we'll finish it off. Oh, one thing I did, so I put some tape over the speaker, because the magnet kept attracting all of the little off-cut legs. So I'll just put that over there just to protect it. So, you know, maybe do that last if you're particularly messy like I am. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So after a bit of a false start, let's see if it works. Some minor issues. I had a signal diode in around the wrong way because the orientation changed. So I wasn't paying attention to the silk screen. So yeah, Mark pointed that out. So I sent him some photos and he pointed out, oh yeah. And I just took the ICs from my original build onto this one, and back then I'd mixed HC with HCT and LS, not really paying attention that, you know, HC isn't going to work with LS or HCT. So I've now got LS and HCT only. Now hopefully it should work. I haven't figured out the LED, RGB LED problem. It could just be the dodgy LED, but that's a minor issue. So okay, we've got 9 volts and we power on, and right, okay, nothing at the moment. What about if I change the ROM, which ROM is running? Okay. That's something different. Halt, E, okay, error. Or is that, oh, maybe that's the diagnostics. Maybe that's the diagnostic ROM. Could be the diagnostic ROM. Try to adjust the contrast. I don't know if it's too much. Okay, what about nothing there. Okay, and last combination. Okay. 00002A, well, that's something. Reset works at least. What else? Okay, so I fixed the diode. Okay, I think he also said to try it without the GLCD on. Just one more back to the default setting. Okay. So I think, what did he say? I think this one was the diagnostics, maybe. Okay. Two, okay. So it could be error 2. So I need to look up the on the GitHub. There's a whole list of what all the error codes are for the diagnostics. So I've got to start. Okay, I've been chatting with Mark and I just realized, so the diagnostics was running and 2 meant that it found the LCD, and the next one after that was 3, which is LCD written to. And so I thought I'd just try it again, and then I saw some text come up, and then I realized that the variable resistor here for the speed was all the way to the left, so it was running very slow. So I've turned it all the way to the right, and we should now hopefully that's all visible. So I don't know why that's all was it hoggy? Okay, anyway. So 7, so we're getting through them. Okay. So it's executing anyway. So it's good. I need to get up the I need to get the GitHub up so I can check the diagnostics thing. Okay, cool. All right, TEC-1G. There we go. So I think we go plus and minus. If that works. LCD 7 segment scroll. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to use plus and minus. Alright, so maybe my key, okay, so my keypad decoding is down to this hard to get chip, the 923. So maybe that's not working. I don't think I've got any more of that. So reset. Yep, so reset. Well, reset works, but okay, reset's just resetting it, isn't it? It's not actually. I'm not sure why that's. Alright, let's switch it off. And we'll go to, I think this is monitor 3, which is the latest. Okay, yep, so monitor's working. But my keyboard is not. My keypad is not. So what do you reckon? Could be my 923, unfortunately. So it's working. Turn that off. Try with this on. Unfortunately, I might need to get a new 923, which are hard to come by. But Mark is working on a solution for that, basically a matrix keyboard replacement. Okay, so that's the monitor again. Does it run diagnostics? I don't know if diagnostics do anything on the graph on the GLCD. Yeah, I think I might have a. Alright, I'm going to just try reseating that chip. I think I only got one. Try reseating it, and if that doesn't work, then I might need to order a new one. Yep, so it's in the right way round. Run the diags again. So I don't know why that's corrupt, so maybe that's what it does, I don't know. Because the other text is coming up okay. How's I'm just waiting for it to finish, and then I'll try the keypad again. Come on. Alright, TEC-1, okay, so yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting for that, I think, because none of the keys are working at all. Okay, well, we've made a start. So, yes, thanks a lot to Mark. Well, thanks to Mark for getting this up to date. And as I said, he's actually working on a new one, and he's thinking of replacing all the discrete components, resistors, diodes, transistors with surface mount. So that'll save some space. What do you think? Yeah, let's see. Anyway, I'm going to go have a chat to Mark. I think we'll finish off the video there because we've got it working. I just need to get my keypad working, because I also need to figure out, because I've got an original. So this is the 8x8 matrix, LED matrix, but it uses a different, I think it was originally supposed to go there, so I need to figure out, because you need to use this for games, so I'm not sure exactly how to mount it. I'm going to have a look, but if I can get my keypad working, then I'll try that, and obviously I need to be able to load software, but to be able to do that I need to be able to use the keypad. So well done, Mark. I'm very happy. Yeah, bye for now.